Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Shereen and I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm coming to you from my bedroom because I did this beautiful design behind my bed and I absolutely love my room every single night because of this. So I wanted to share with you how I made it because it was so easy and so simple and totally transformed my bedroom. So before I did this, the wall behind my bed was just like a really intense red color, if you ask me, and I felt like it didn't really complement my bed. And my nightstands and my bed, I had bought them together, but with the red wall, something just didn't click. So I was just really not happy with my bedroom. After I had Zayden, I found myself spending so much time in my room as part of my normal daily routine. And I was just like not happy with it. I wanted to update my room and make it a place where I feel relaxed, where I feel happy. I wanted it to always look good and smell good. I basically wanted to feel like every time I came in my room, it looked like I was coming to a hotel room. So this is why I decided to redo behind my bed. And I didn't just want to paint it. I knew that like painting it and getting rid of that red color would be like a great start, but I wanted to do more than that. So I came up with this design that you can see right here. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I am going to explain to you how I did that. So first and foremost, I moved my bed completely to the other side of the room because I knew this was not a one-day job. I did this right after I had Zayden. I had very little time on my hand every day. I think I worked on it for like 30 minutes a day for like a whole week. So I didn't want to like take my bed apart and not have a place to sleep. So I moved my bed completely on the side and I taped around the wall completely everything that I wanted to paint, taped it off with painter's tape. And I went in and I painted all the borders because I wanted to go in with the roller and move really fast, and having the borders done makes that process a lot easier and faster. As you can see, now that the red color is gone, the wall looks so much better, at least for me it was. And then I wanted to have this design, not this particular design, but I had a few things in mind. One, I wanted to be able to have some kind of night light in my room that was nice, but more importantly, I wanted to be able to turn off that night light while I'm in bed, because I hate falling asleep in my bed and now I have to get up and turn off the light. And I know that the traditional night lights that go on your nightstand serve that purpose, but I personally didn't like mine. It felt like they were so bulky, and the idea of replacing them with another one a little bit smaller felt like it would still not serve the purpose. And I really do enjoy my nightstands clear and have a lot of space on them, because sometimes I'm drinking tea or eating a treat or something and I just want to have a place next to me to put anything on daily basis. So I decided to look into the LED light. So I got this LED light from Amazon. It's a long strip. It comes in different sizes depending on your project, and it comes with a remote control. So you can turn on and off the light whenever you want. Not only that, but it also comes with an app. So from my phone, I can turn the light on and back off, as you can see. I can also change the colors to like anything I want. So here's like a warmer color. This is white. I usually have it on this. You can change the brightness. So here's very little brightness and here's a lot. Okay, you can also set a timer. So I have mine, it turns on automatically at 7:30 p.m., which is right after the kids go to bed, and it turns off by itself at 10:30 p.m., which is probably around when I would fall asleep. But if I needed to turn it off myself or adjust the color, I can do that from my phone. So I love this idea and I'm so glad I did it. Now, with all that said, let me show you how I did it, okay? After getting rid of the red wall, I was able to see the size of the wall much better, and it helped me decide how much gray border I want and where to place my frame so that it frames my bed nicely. And when I did my measurements, I noticed that I wanted 1 foot everywhere. So there's 1 foot on the right, 1 foot on the left, and 1 foot on the top. And to help me measure that correctly, what I did is I'm going to show you. This is some of the wood that I used in this process, which I'll explain more in a little bit. But basically what I did is I took a piece of this wood and I cut it down to 1 feet. Okay, so I know this is how much I need all around. And I went around the wall using that as my guide to mark all around the wall to get the exact frame around my bed. Once I had that marked, I went in with my first layer of wood, which was this. But obviously before I can install the wood, I had to cut it. So I made my way down to the garage, took out my table saw, and got to work. For this project, I used 2 different types of wood. One is this very flimsy, regular, small piece of wood. Honestly, I don't know what it's called, but that's what I used to house the LED light. And the other piece of wood that I was using is basically like a basic baseboard that I got from Home Depot. So I actually did the math myself and figured out the angles, and I cut it on my table saw. But I want you to know that if you have your measurements correct and you're getting your wood from Lowe's or Home Depot, they can also cut it for you. So don't trip over having a table saw if you're trying to do something like that. Just go to Home Depot or Lowe's and be nice to the associates who's by the wood area and ask them to cut it for you, and they will do that. And just to make sure I got all my cuts right, I lay down the frame in my garage just to make sure it all fits and everything is fine before I make my way upstairs and start installing it on the wall. And thankfully, everything did fit. After putting in the first layer of wood, I made a mistake because I ended up putting on the white border before painting the wall. I also ended up putting the LED light all around the frame before painting the wall, and that made painting the wall so much harder. So the proper steps would be to put your inner frame, figure out this wall, whether it's wallpaper or paint or whatever, and get that done. And once that's done, you put your LED light around it, and then you put on your final frame. I wanted something extra special on the inner wall. And so I went with a shimmery ivory color, as you can see, and I love it. That was easy. That part wasn't that hard. Okay, the hard thing though is I had to paint this wall with the LED light installed and with the white frame installed. So it was really hard to get my brush in there to get all the corners, and I even got some paint on my LED light, and I had to replace them because once you got paint on there, some of them were not turning on properly. Now that I had the inner wall painted and the light fixed and my white border is great, it was time to figure out this gray color up here. Oh my god, this gray color took me so long to figure out because I initially wanted something pink. Like you see this pillow on my bed, I love that kind of blush pink, and I wanted that in my room. And I went with so many shades of pink, and I just really didn't like any of them. So I ended up going with a darker frame, which is the gray, and I loved it. And I end up just accessorizing with pink, as you can see. I'm so happy with the end results. I really do love like how it turned out, and I love that I can control the lights, turn them on, turn them off, make them bright, make them less bright, change the colors. I can do all that at night while I'm watching TV from my phone. I don't have to get up. So I absolutely love that. So now, if you're wondering what kind of tools I used, I only use the nail gun. That's it. Because everything was such light. Like this is like the most basic piece of wood you can buy at Home Depot. I think this is like under $1 a feet. Like it's so available and easy to use. And with the nail gun, this sticks to anything. It's fine. If you have any questions for me, of course, I'm always here for you. Leave it in the comment box below and I promise I'll get back to you. I hope you liked this video and you learned something from it. If you do anything like this, feel free to tag me on Instagram. I would love to see it. I'll say bye for now and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.